Hello, welcome. This is a meditation for grounding the body. It's not unlike a yoga nidra where we move through a body scan laying down. So if you'd like to start in a quiet spot, lying down with a blanket nearby for warmth, I find that during this meditation we become a little bit cooler and cool down. By the end, you'll probably be reaching for something to cover you and warm you up. So either beginning with a blanket or having something nearby is a good idea. An eye pillow as well is nice, just to have something to cover our senses and really draw us into a little cocoon and a feeling of darker space and more private, kind of secluded space within ourselves. A bolster or a pillow under the knees can be really good if you have a sore lower back or you just feel like doing that. And a pillow under the head is really a good idea as well. But if you don't want any of that, you just want to lie straight down on the carpet or straight down on the bed, then whatever suits. Alright, so to begin, just acknowledging the basic state and basic feeling within yourself and how you are arriving today and in this moment, what you're bringing to this meditation, what kind of day you might have had, what kind of week, recent experiences, anything that feels significant, feels like really it's prevalent and on the surface. And so when you're ready, turning your attention to the sounds around you, the sounds in the room, in the space. And we'll just spend a few minutes doing this noticing of the sounds. So hearing them as if they are traveling towards you and traveling to you and your awareness and your ears. So there's no effort in reaching out and searching or kind of striving to hear sounds and figure them out. And you'll find that very naturally, not only will you have the experience of listening, but you'll also have the experience of thinking, where is the sound? What is the sound? How is it being made? And maybe even images accompanying what's happening as you're hearing it. So just imagine letting go of thinking about the sound. Imagine just experiencing it as it is, experiencing listening as pure awareness. With no layer of thinking. And so now when you're ready, we're going to start with an in and out breath. Just gently bringing your focus onto your breathing. Following the in and out. So for some time, just getting attuned with the breath the feeling of it in your lungs, your chest, your throat, mouth, nostrils, wherever it's really potent for you. And so now bringing the focus away from the breath, with it still in its natural rhythm, flowing in and out, but our focus now becoming a singular focus through the body. So this is a difficult skill, truthfully, to focus on a single point in the body and nothing else. And what you'll find very quickly is that you have to bring the mind back from many moments of distraction, of thinking, of reliving memories, going off into fantasy and even daydreaming, in planning, and doing this many times. So this is the nature of the mind, and you'll experience this and already have experienced this throughout your life and throughout your days, experiencing that constant movement. So there's no need to identify with this. And there's no need to feel like you're doing it wrong because of this. Questions will arise, and I'm sure if this kind of stillness in this meditation that you don't often experience, or you might find that this kind of stillness is irritating, or it may bring up just uncomfortable observations and uncomfortable things, especially in your mind, especially in your thinking. So there's nothing wrong with that. And everyone experiences that. So I guess the one answer to a lot of the questions of the mind is something like, you are normal, you are perfect the way you are, and you are doing the right thing. You're doing it right. You're meditating right. It's all good. All right, so still with a light awareness of the breath, being able to just gently check in with that. Let's take our focus in the body down to the left heel. And so noticing the contact of the left heel on the ground. The quality of that, what do you notice? Also noticing the movement or sensations, the nerve endings of the left heel, and feeling the heaviness and grounding through the left heel. Take a few breaths, imagining your breath could reach all the way down to your left heel. And taking your awareness next up into the back of the left calf. So again, feeling the contact of the left calf on the ground. Feeling for any movement of sensations or in the nerve endings of your left calf. Tingling, throbbing, warmth, and feeling a heaviness, a releasing, a grounding. So traveling up into behind the left knee. And here we might notice some contact of the left knee on the ground. But we also might notice some space between the left knee and the ground. And being curious about how you experience that. And noticing for movement in the sensations, nerves in the back of the left knee. Perhaps a feeling of releasing and grounding here too. So taking your focus next into the back of the thigh and the back of the left hamstring. Feeling for contact of the left thigh on the ground. Movement and sensations or nerve endings in the left thigh. And heaviness and grounding here in the back of your left hamstring and left thigh. And taking your focus next up into the left sitting bones and the left glutes. Noticing here as well contact against the ground. Where do you notice that? How do you notice that? Sensations, nerves, any tingling, throbbing, warmth, anything else. And a feeling of heaviness or releasing, grounding through the left sitting bones. So now just placing a pin, a pause in this journey of the body and taking your focus now down to the right heel. Feeling for contact against the ground, feeling for sensations, nerves, the heaviness, releasing down, grounding down through the right heel. And bringing your focus up into the back of the right calf. Feeling across that whole surface area for contact against the ground. Feeling for movement, sensory or in the nerve endings. And tingling, throbbing, aching, even warmth, the temperature, and noticing, experience that feeling of grounding and releasing down through the back of the right calf. Noticing now behind the right knee. So you might notice more space here than actual feeling of contact against the ground. Being curious about how you notice that. And what does space or air, openness feel like against the skin and the muscles? And what does pressure, meeting and contact feel like against your skin and your muscles? And traveling up into the back of the right thigh and the right hamstrings. Feeling the pressure and contact against the ground, sensations, heaviness. And taking your focus up to the back of your right sitting bones, the right glutes. Feeling that surface of your body pressing into the ground beneath. Movement, any signs of sensations, and a feeling of grounding, releasing. And so, do you notice a difference between the bottom half of your body now and the top half of your body? You might notice feeling of connection, more activity, a sharper kind of clarity in what you feel and notice in the lower half of your body, in each leg, and comparing that with what you notice in your upper body. And so when you're ready, bringing your awareness coming into the lower back and the lower section of the spine. We're feeling our focus through the left and the right side of the lower back. Searching for that contact point, searching for that sensory, tingling, movement, activity, and searching for that experience of heaviness and grounding through the lower back. Now breathing into the lower back, imagining that you could breathe into this space in the body. Let your breath liven it, awaken it. And so when you're ready, taking your focus up into the middle of the spine, exploring the left and right side of the middle back, feeling for that contact. Where does the middle back meet the ground? How do you know? What does it feel like? Any sensations? And of course, that releasing of the muscles, the releasing of tension and the grounding through the middle back. Focus now traveling into the upper back and the upper part of your spine, the shoulder blades and the muscles here. And awareness just spreading over this surface as it makes contact with and rests down into the ground. And feeling for any tingling, throbbing, aching, any sensation here in the shoulders and the upper back. And just giving that over into the support of the earth, releasing and grounding down. And using the breath to do so. And so now moving to the left shoulder and tricep area, and traveling your focus down through the back of your left arm, into the left elbow, forearm, that whole space and surface, releasing down, sinking down, and making contact with the ground. And feeling, lastly, your left hand and any fingers that rest and press into the floor beneath you. Now just seeing if the quality and the experience in your left arm feels different to the right. Now just bringing your focus from the left hand and the left fingers up and across, starting again on the right shoulder. Moving your focus down the right shoulder into the upper right arm, the triceps, the elbow, the forearm, the wrist, the right hand, and any of the fingers on your right hand that meet the floor beneath you. Now, traveling your focus up into the center of the neck, which might be meeting a pillow, some support beneath your neck, or there may be space between the arch and the curve of your neck and the floor beneath you. And just exploring that contact or that space against the skin, the muscles there. And lastly, finally, the focus on the head and the back of the scalp. Feeling for where the head is really heaviest, sinking down, resting down. Any sensations in the head and the scalp. And a feeling of releasing, giving weight over into the ground beneath you. And so now letting go of a single focus, resting your mind, and feeling the whole body at ease, heavy, relaxed. And spend some time here with no focus, just in the stillness. So after some time, noticing the mind, what kind of state, what kind of activity is going on there. And if you like, maybe describing your mind in a word or a couple words. What is it like for you right now? And turning your attention to sounds again, the sounds within the room, outside the room, letting them travel to you, arriving in your awareness, arriving at your eardrum. Moving the body, wriggling the fingers and toes, perhaps rolling over to one side and stretching out. And at your own pace, and returning to the room, opening the eyes, coming back to sitting. So thank you for joining me and meditating with me. You can come back to this grounding the body meditation whenever you need to, and you can even use the principles in snippets and practice it throughout the day.